And here we go. It's the episode 66. It's the long-awaited for Hall of Fame ballot vote. Get it in, get it done. Well, it's probably not long-awaited, but it is. The YouTube Hall of Fame vote and the ballot. Before I get into my ballot, which is listed on handy note cards that I'm going to be mixing up so it's in no particular order, I would like to thank Mike, the baseball collector, first of all, for putting this together. I first saw the YouTube Hall of Fame video, actually, first time I heard about it was when Nate accepted his patch and got his patch and showed it on YouTube, and I was very intrigued, and I thought, hey, what a cool idea. This seemed like such a great community anyway, as Mateo and I were starting out in it, and I saw this, and it just added one more layer of coolness. So, Mike, thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for all the time and all the garbage you had to put up with. And also, Cardi C, thank you very much for helping tabulate those votes. It is absolutely fantastic. So right away when I saw this announcement, I quick looked at my YouTube channels. I am now around 200 subscribers, or subscribed to channels. Since then, I've popped in probably about another 25 that I didn't even know about until I started watching some of the people that were voted for. So that is a good thing about this because it helps share the love and share the support. So that is a great thing. There are a couple, or actually one rule, basically, that Mike laid out, and that's a rule I'm going to follow. That is, you need to have been making videos for a year. So there we go. I've got some people that have been making it a lot longer than a year, and some that probably just over a year. So that is a good thing, and it spreads it around. So I'm going to shuffle these cards again, and that is my only criteria. Once again, before I start revealing these cards, I would like to say, Mike, thank you for putting this together. It's way cool. And the first person on my ballot, and the first person that I'm voting for, is a Florida person. He is across the coast. He's on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast of the East Coast. He's on the East Coast of the East Coast. And this is none other than someone that's got 357 subs. I just checked him before I started making this video. He is always joyful. He is always thankful. He is always happy. He is always positive. It seems like he will give you the shirt off his back. He is all about the base. He is a huge Ravens fan. And I can't say enough about this guy. He just loves the card community, and he just shares it and spreads it everywhere. And my first vote is for the Card Dreamer, Jeremy. My second vote is for someone that's got 1,224 subscriptions. So see the disparity there already? He's got a wonderful way of presenting cards. He's got a wonderful way of presenting things. He rips product. He makes comparisons. He's got lots of slabs. The thing that first hooked me into this gentleman's channel was his, and now this is going to give it away, $100 budget slab purchases. I thought that was what a cool idea and something to do. So I really loved watching those, so I hope he does that again sometime. He seems like someone that you could just sit down and talk to and talk with. He seems like just a great, great guy. And I'm not saying that because I like bourbon also. I could sit down and have a couple bourbons and we could talk about just about anything. And I'm surprised that Pepino Man doesn't make more fun of this name. But it's Mark from Kentucky. My second vote. My third vote on the ballot. I did not write down how many subs they have, but it's well over 500. They are a great team. It's a father and son team. I happen to know a father and son team that I am partial to, and that happens to be myself and MC. So I just find these guys hilarious, but not only is it a father-son team, but on occasion it's a father-son-daughter team, father-son-daughter-dog. I love the chaos of the house sometimes, and I just think it's wonderful, the interaction between them. Blake first hooked me. Oops, I just gave away who this is. When his dad said, hey, swing us out, and he turned around and gave a little to the camera, and I thought that was cool, and that reminds me of my house. These guys are super creative with the Walmart shout-outs and the Mad Lib shout-outs and all that, and the fact that he's a huge Twin fan, that's points right there. And of course, you've guessed it by now, it's Dustin and Blake. My next vote is going for a channel that I started watching right before I got back into the hobby. And it's one of the channels that got me interested in starting to look and dig and subscribe and all that good stuff. And that is coming in with 2,915 subscriptions. It's another duo. They're all about sharing knowledge. They're all about the love of cards, and they're all about the love of the hobby, and it's all about the love of each other, too. The community, not just each other. You get it. But it is Baseball Card Junkies TV, Nate and Eric. So thank you guys for hook lining me into this hobby again. My next vote is going out to someone with 1,688 subscriptions. I can say one word to talk about this channel and this collector. It is Legend. Everybody seems to talk about this guy. Unfortunately, he is a Phillies fan, he is an Eagles fan, and he is a Flyers fan. But you know what? He's a wonderful person, and he's got a great way of presenting, and I only jest about being the fans. I've been Philadelphia bitter ever since the Phillies knocked out my Rays in the World Series. And also, I'm also a huge Game of Thrones guy, so without further ado, the next vote goes for Westergriff, or Ed Westergriff, as a lot of people like to say. So we are almost halfway there, or we are halfway there. The next person up collects a lot of items that is not on my radar. There are things that I do not collect, but I love watching this person's videos. They're always informative, and I'm always learning something, and I'm also sparking a new interest in cards that I don't get. And it's a lot of the old stuff. It's a lot of the vintage. It's a lot of wonderful, wonderful cards that I did not even know existed, and that I didn't even give a second thought to. So this person has got to be on my list for sure. They're all about the vintage. They've got 382 subs. That is insane. It should be a lot more than that. And it is Nuff Said Cards. They're getting my vote there. My next vote is going out to another Florida brother down on the west coast or the east coast like myself. He is actually the first person to reach out when I joined this community with my son. He gave us lots of words of encouragement. He also, and I've said it before, he has been an inspiration to me as he'll sit around his table. He breaks product. He has conversations with people off the camera. He includes his world, etc., etc. He's got 323 subs. I cannot say enough about this guy. And that is Hitman 23. We're coming down to the final stretch. I've got 3 left here. This next person has got 299 subs. I consider him a sharer of great knowledge. You probably know who this is at this point already. He's got great slabbage rummages through his slabbage. He is a sharer of knowledge, and he will answer a question in a heartbeat on the phone. And he is considered by me the Gandalf of the card family, possibly because of the beard, but he is the wizard. He also happens to be the #1 Baines fan, apparently. And of course, that is Eric from those back pages. So he is getting my vote. My next vote is from another regular guy. He is a Hammond Egger. He is someone that I probably would be really good friends with outside of here, just like tons and tons of people that I see. But I like talking to this guy. He has an ability to carry a conversation even when there's no conversation to be had. Like I said, he's a Hammond Egger. He's got 227 subs. I happen to block and unsubscribe him at least once a week, and that's a joke because I don't. But I love joining his live feeds when I'm not at work or busy. He has a wonderful way of conversation. He's just a good, honest person, and he'll tell you how it is without being rude or disruptive or anything. But that's his opinion, and that's fantastic. And this guy is awesome. Wearing his heart on his sleeve is the zombie collector. Jason is getting a vote from me. The next person is West Coast Chill. I could sit down. I envision having a glass of wine with this person with some cool breezes blowing off of the ocean. I don't like wine, but I can still see it. He's got a way of presenting. I love sometimes his struggles with the packages. He's got a great run of the 1960s tops, and he has got that joyful collector's heart. So without further ado, my last vote, and definitely not last, is Psyched on Baseball. Tony, who also happens to be an Oakland A's fan. Well, we have reached 10 minutes, so thank you very much, Mike, once again for having this wonderful contest. Not only are these 10 people that I think should be in the YouTube Hall of Fame, there are probably another 13 that were on my list, and I wheedled it down into this. Unfortunately, next year's vote is going to be 1,000,000 times harder because there's so many awesome channels out there. So it's going to truly, this Hall of Fame is a cool thing. So, again, thanks, Mike. Thank you for the card community, and thank you for anybody that actually watched this. So until next time, this is MP Fox, and peace.